welcome back to Book Dust Media. Today we're going to be discussing, maybe arguing about audio versus physical reading / listening. So you want to get into your thoughts on listening to audiobooks?
I think that the perfect example for this would be Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yes.
I physically read the book last year and it was great. I really liked it. I kept telling you, hey, you should read this. This is so fun. And then I started hearing people talking about the audio for it, and it's a whole new world. I've started listening to it this year and enjoying it in a different way than when I just read the book.
Yeah, but the argument would be, are you actually reading the book, though, if you're listening to the book? I'm on the side of, no, you did not read the book if you listened to the book. You listened to the book. You did not read the book. You want to have a counter argument saying, I read that book, too, because I listened to it.
I consumed
Which is
the
impossible.
book.
You consumed
I consumed the book. Sometimes I will refer to a book that I listened to as having read it, mostly just because I feel like I have taken the information from the book in just a different way. And going back through and having you now listen to at least part of the Dungeon Crawler Carl. I cannot say that.
Yeah, it's hard to
say. It gets all...
It would be my first time listening to a book, and for me it doesn't work, but we're listening to it while we're working, and I just can't 100% focus on it. I could see maybe if I'm driving long distance and playing it, I probably would be better. That sounds terrible because I'm not focused while I'm driving, but I am. But I could see that working for me.
Yeah.
Not when I'm doing what we do for work and pulling our book orders for our business. It just doesn't work for me. But I'm not going to say, even after we're done listening to the book, that I read the book. I need to go back and read the book. Like, I'm getting, when it says off the wall shit, I'm getting that because my ears perk up. I'm like, what did it just say? Like, but you have to kind of recap.
There for the war between the llamas.
Yes, the
and
Meth
the goblins.
War. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm missing so much because I'm focused on one other thing. So
yeah,
I just can't see if I'm going to sit in bed and listen to it. Why I should just read it.
Now, I will tell you that one of the arguments you're going to run into is people saying that then that would mean that somebody that has vision impairment and can only listen to a book, would it be able to count ever having read anything?
100%. Yes.
So, and there are people that also don't like. Their way of learning things is not visual, it's only audio, and so they're going to lean more into having listened to it. I'm going to say it counts because every word that the writer wrote is read into the book, is the audiobook for it. Therefore, you are still getting every detail in just a slightly different way.
That's not my argument. My argument is a key word, read.
Read.
And if you say I consumed this book, that's different than saying I read this book, but you didn't read it, you listened to it.
I have done, there are a couple, obviously with Dungeon Crawler Carl, I have done, I'm in the process of doing both ways, and I would say I feel like I'm actually taking more away from the listening to the audio than when I physically read the book.
So what is the one thing I could see with the book, because the audio is good, of the what do you call when you're actually reading it but listening at the same time? I could see doing that with that book.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Is that like an inversion reading?
Something like that.
Yeah, where you do both. I can see you could definitely do it with that book. There's probably some other good examples of books that would make sense to do that with. I did try to do part of the audio for Way of Kings, and I got lost pretty quick, so I think that it would make sense to do that kind of reading.
What do you call when you're listening to a book and then you DNF the book, but you didn't finish listening to the book? Because I tried to do Interview with the Vampire. I've read Interview with the Vampire.
What's the DNF?
And then I know it would be a DNL. I DNL'd trying to
you still did not finish, so DNF would be fine.
Yeah.
You could,
it's fine. Didn't finish reading. I didn't finish listening.
Didn't finish,
to the audio of Interview with the Vampire. So.
Yeah, that wasn't working for you.
No, but again, I was trying to multitask, listen to that while I took pictures of books.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I did Red Rising where I had started the physical book for it and got 25% the way through the book, and then I picked it up and did the audio for it, and I loved the audio for that too. The audio voice artist for that is really good. That was a fun one.
Yeah, I think I know people that work and listen to a book at the same time. It just doesn't work for me. Not saying it wouldn't work for other people. I get it. But even if it works for you, you still didn't read it.
You still didn't read it. Well, yeah, I mean, you had taken in the information that was written in just a different medium.
Yeah.
It's not like watching a movie where they've taken and changed and shortened and
it would be like
added in other characters.
I closed my eyes while I watched the movie. Then you listened to the movie. You didn't read. You didn't watch. You didn't watch the movie.
It's not the same as the book. It's not word for word.
No, I know. But it'd be saying, "Hey, I closed my eyes, but I watched the movie." No, you didn't. You listened to it. You listened to the movie.
No, you just fell asleep. That's different. My mom is just asleep now. She's not resting her eyes for it.
We could go on and on about this. Leave your comments down below if I'm wrong. I don't care. I'm fine to be wrong. But if you guys enjoy audio listening to books, that's fine. Just doesn't work for me. Maybe I'll try it with Dungeon Carl, listening and reading at the same time. Yeah. Because I know what's going on in the book, but I don't know. I'm missing the smaller details of the book by just listening to it.
Yeah, I can see a lot of people that decided to DNF reading that book would have done better to listen to it.
I get that too because
of the way that it is like a role play, like a game.
Yeah.
Those dynamics did drag for me personally when I was reading the physical book. I still thought it was great. And I do play some video games, so I wasn't totally lost about the loot boxes and how far to the next, checkpoint and all that stuff. But I could see other people getting really annoyed with that. Although in my head, every time I do something fun, it's like, new achievements. Yeah.
I know something good happened when a new achievement happens.
Yeah. There's a lot of aspects to that book that are great listening.
I like the
reading.
Book, listening to it, but I need to actually read the book to get the stuff I'm missing. But I know I like it, and it is something I want to read. But I might try the reading and listening at the same time with that one.
Yeah, I feel like, is it immersion? I feel like that's what it's called,
reading?
like an immersion reading or something like that, where you're immersing.
I just feel like I need to actually read it to be able to get the sign new achievement. I want to buy that sign.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Now, they are coming out soon. I think in a couple months with the graphic.
That I will buy.
The graphic novel for it.
You're saying me kind of listening to it and reading that should be good enough?
Maybe? I would think. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what's all in there, but I would think so. And I want to say, I haven't watched the webtoons that goes with it, but I think that's what they're basing the graphic novel from. Is the webtoons that they have for it. But I'm super excited for the graphic novel, and I'm excited hopefully to see some. I think they're supposed to be turning it into a show at some point. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
I could see it being a cartoon or anime for sure.
Cartoon for sure.
Like a good one.
They're gonna do live action.
No, cartoon.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I'd wake up on Saturday morning to watch that cartoon.
Yeah. That'll be really fun. I don't know. All in all, I think it is a great book and hopefully a really good series. And if you don't listen to it with me, I'm just going to move on and listen to it myself.
You can leave your comments down below, your thoughts on this. Bethany did talk about what she's currently listening to.
Yes.
Now is this. So what is your
Sun.
next planned reading or planned/listening?
Mm-hmm.
I talked
Reading,
about it last time, which is going to be Blood on Your Tongue after
Kindle.
I finish the book I'm currently reading. So what are you going to listen to and read? And then also you're waiting for some things from the library. Are they audiobooks or physical books?
I am waiting for both, and I'm waiting for Kindle books, and I'm waiting for all the things. And what happens is I will put all my holds in, and then they all come at the same time, and then I have to choose which one matters most to me and which one doesn't. And then I end up feeling like the crazy guy with the board behind him, and he's trying to figure out how to, connect all the dots.
Yeah.
Like it's a giant conspiracy. Like, how do I read everything I got at the same time?
Are you finding, since you're reading, you can read 2 books at a time, no problem, right?
Yes.
But you've gotten into where you're listening to a book, you're reading a book, and
Yes.
then you have a Kindle book which you're reading too.
Yes.
Is that too much? I need to be 1 book at a time. I've done the 2, and it's
I have had
takes
that
me a
question
couple-
before.
pages to read to get back
Yeah.
into the flow of that book when I'm going back and forth.
The things that I am reading versus listening to, like, the worlds are so vastly different that it is not an issue for me to place myself back in what's going on in which world. The audio is just obvious. When I can't physically hold a book, I like to still be listening to something. And so the audio is just such a bit different experience. And the fact that it is like a big sci-fi trilogy has made it easy for me to distinguish what I'm
That makes sense.
listening to. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mix it up with anything else that I'm doing. On my physical read, I'm just trying to be really gentle with the book. And so when I can sit in bed and listen to or read my physical read, which is currently this right here, that I stole from my bookstore, I need to be careful with it. So I'm not throwing it in a bag and taking it with me somewhere. This is just when I can sit down and devote that time to it. This, again, big steampunk world, really different. It's a inversion, it has both fantasy and sci-fi, so I'm not getting it confused with anything else. And then right now my Kindle read is, now my brain is totally blanking, Forbidden Alchemy. And again, is like a totally different, more fantasy leaning book, different than all these other worlds, different
sense, though.
characters. So I can keep them straight. They're not like morphing together. If I was reading something that was very similar, maybe that might happen a little bit and I might get confused. Did this happen in this book or did this happen in that book? But I also tend to read a lot of ongoing fantasy books or sci-fi books that I have in the back of my brain that I'm just wondering what happened in that cliffhanger with that character that from a book I read, 3 months ago. So maybe my brain's just set up in a way that it doesn't mix in what's happening in each book, because I just am always kind of wondering what's happening there. What am I doing with this cliffhanger? I still have to wait 9 more months for the next book to come out.
Yeah, I think it's different person to person how your brain works. Just like the audiobooks don't work for me.
Yeah.
In trying to multitask, and I need to read 1 book at a time. I can't jump around.
Now, I have also gotten in the place where if I am slightly confused about how a magic system that's
I could see
awkward
that
works,
getting mixed up with...
I just keep reading until it makes sense.
Oh.
So I'll keep going. Like with Mistborn, when I was confused about how the magic system with all these different metals worked, and I'm like, what's going on here? I just keep going until it makes sense again, and then I get through the book, and I have a grasp on it, sort of, but I can't tell you which metal does which thing, which one is going to help me fly through the air versus which one is going to help me see further. I don't remember. One is one is the other, and it's enough for me. So, And it just is what it is. And I'm fine with that.
I say we end on it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Either you like listening to books or reading books or a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It is what it is. What works for you might not work for other people.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for me.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching. In the comment section, if you want to let us know what you are listening to or reading, and do you think it is valid to have called it reading if you listen to the audio? I personally do think it's valid, and I would sometimes I say that I've read it, and sometimes I say that I've listened to it, and it depends on how much coffee I had that day to whether or not I remember to say that I listened to the book versus reading, because it just, in my brain, it all gets considered the same thing. So, thank you guys. Let us know your thoughts.
Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss the next chapter.